ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति।
ॐ पार्थाय
प्रतिबोधितो
प्रतिबोधितां भगवता
भगवता
नारायणेन
नारायणेन
स्वयं
स्वयं
व्यासेन
व्यासेन
ग्रथितां
ग्रथितां
पुराणमुनिना
पुराणमुनिना
मध्ये
मध्ये
महाभारतम्
महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं
अमृतवर्षिणीं
भगवतीम्
पतीम्
अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि
मनुसन्ददामि
भगवद्गीते
भगवद्गीते
भवद्वेषिणी।
भवद्वेषिणीम्
नमोऽस्तु
नमोऽस्तु
ते
ते
व्यासविशालबुद्धे
व्यासविशालबुद्धे
फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
येन
येन
त्वया
त्वया
भारततैलपूर्णः
भारततैलपूर्णः
प्रज्वालितो
प्रज्वालितो
ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः
ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः
प्रपन्नपारिजाताय
पारिजाताय
स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये
स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये
ज्ञानमुद्राय
ज्ञानमुद्राय
कृष्णाय
कृष्णाय
गीतामृतदुहे
गीतामृतदुहे
नमः।
नमः।
सर्वोपनिषदो गावो
आवो
दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः
गोपालनन्दनः
पार्थो
पार्थो
वत्सः
वत्सः
सुधीर्भोक्ता
सुभिर्भोक्ता
दुग्धं
दुग्धं
गीतामृतं
गीतामृतं
महत्।
महत्।
वसुदेवसुतं
वसुतं
देवं
देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी
देवकी
परमानन्दं
परमानन्दं
कृष्णं
कृष्णं
वन्दे
वन्दे
जगद्गुरुं।
जगद्गुरुम्।
भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला
जयद्रथजला
गान्धारनीलोत्पला
गान्धारनीलोत्पला
शल्यग्राहवती
शल्यग्राहवती
कृपेण
कृपेण
वहनी
वहनी
कर्णेन
कर्णेन
वेलाकुला
वेलाकुला
अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा
कामविकर्णघोरमकरा
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
दुर्योधनावर्तिनी
सोत्तीर्णा
उत्तीर्णा
खलु
खलु
पाण्डवैरणनदी
पाण्डवैरणनदी
कैवर्तकः केशवः
कैवर्तककेशव
पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलम्
रममलम्
गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम्
गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम्
नानाख्यानककेसरं
चरं
हरिकथा
हरिकथा
सम्बोधना
सम्बोधना
बोधितम्
बोधितम्
लोके
लोके
सज्जन
सज्जन
षट्पदैरहरः
षट्पदैरहरः
पेपीयमानं
पेपीयमानं
मुदा
मुदा
भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं
भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं
कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः
कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः
श्रेयसे।
श्रेयसे
मूकं करोति
करोति
वाचालं
वाचालं
पङ्गुं
पङ्गुं
लङ्घयते
लङ्घयते
गिरिं
गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं
यत्कृपातमहं
वन्दे
वन्दे
परमानन्दमाधवम्।
परमानन्दमाधवम्।
यं ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः
वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः
स्तुन्वन्ति
स्तुन्वन्ति
दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः
वेदैः
साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः
No, they can sit with you. It's okay.
गायन्ति यं सामगाः
Samagaha Anava
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति
Pashyanti
यं
Yam
योगिनो
Yogino
यस्यान्तं
Yasyantam
न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः
Navidussurasuraganaha
देवाय
Devaya
तस्मै
Tasmai
नमः।
Namaha
देवाय तस्मै
Tasmai
नमः।
Namaha. Clarifications. Dharma Shastra. Could you give examples of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha? In the world today, many a times we are hit back strongly for doing good work beyond our means. How does Dharma protect such persons? Satyavan got into a state of penury. Ram was made to suffer in the forest. Krishna was ridiculed throughout his life. If such things can come to divine souls, we can imagine our plight. How to understand the above statement that Dharma will protect those who protects it? In the world today, many a times you are hit back strongly for doing work. What does the statement means? Dharma will protect those who protects it. We always have this, difficulty when it comes to Dharma. A dharmic person seem to be in pain, go through a lot of things, while adharmic person not going through all these things. So, what is the statement Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha means? What is the statement Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha means? You protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. First thing. When you are living a dharmic life, that very Dharma becomes the armor that protects you. Fine. What is that protection means? What is that protection of Dharma? What is that protection of Dharma means? It's very important to know this distinction. What do we mean by the word Raksha? What is the meaning of the word protection? What is the meaning of the word Raksha? Because the entire understanding is revolving around this word. What is the word Raksha means? What does this word protection? What does this word Raksha means? What does this word protection means? Protection means, number one, protection from temptations. How much ever the situation is tempting, you will not violate the path of Dharma. That is the first indication. Protection. Again, I repeat. What is protection means? Protection means this. You are protected from what? Protected against what? So whenever we say protection, protection from what? What do we need protection from? Do we need protection from the external world, or do we need protection from our own self? We need protection from whom? That's all Dharma is boiling down to. Do you need protection from the external world, or do you need protection from your own self? It is very clear from all that we have been studying till now, we need protection from ourselves primarily. We don't need protection from the world, because world is pairs of opposites. World being a mixture of opposites, honor and dishonor is the package of the world. Again, I repeat, honor and dishonor is a package which the world will necessarily give you. Therefore, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha doesn't mean the world will change its nature for you. What is the nature? Dishonor will come. There will be, so if somebody is honoring you, somebody is going to dishonor you. If somebody says, you have saved my life, somebody is going to come and say, you destroyed my life. If somebody were to say, you are a god, somebody is going to come and say, you are a Rakshasa. Why? World is a package. So protection from this package, we are not discussing. As long as you are interacting with the world, these things are bound to happen. Are you okay till now? The first point. World is a package offering these two things. Because world being a package offering these two things, you can never ever escape from the externally experiencing opposites. What is then Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha means? Then what is the protection? Therefore, there is no protection that is needed from the external world. Because that is the nature of the external, that's the nature of the external world. Rama went through troubles. Correct. Krishna was insulted. Krishna was insulted right through. His brother called him a thief. Balrama called Krishna a thief. Akrura, who was one of the greatest devotee of Krishna at one stage in life, at another stage in life, ran away from Krishna. He didn't even want to say that he didn't even want, do you know that Akrura did that? Same Akrura, when he went to Vrindavan, rolled over the land. The same Akrura at another period of, at another point in time, didn't even want to say, he ran away from him. So it means, what do we understand from this? What is it that you understand from this? We understand one thing from this very clearly. What? World as a package will give you both. Protection doesn't mean world will always honor you. Everybody is going to be clapping for you all the time. Everybody is going to be in agreement with what you are doing all the time. That is not protection. Jesus Christ was put on cross. Mansur was given a much greater punishment by the society. Therefore, from all these examples, it's very clear. Dharma failed to protect them, no, sir. It means our understanding of protection is wrong. Our understanding of protection is everybody will be in agreement with me. Nobody will talk a bad word about me. Nobody will be insulting to me. Everybody will be kind and loving to me. Then I am protected. Are you able to follow? That is hallucination. That is not living in reality. Living in reality means these two will happen. Then what is Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha statement means? Dharma protects. Then the question is protection. Protection from what? Protection from what? You seek protection from what? You need protection from what? You need protection from yourself. You need protection from the temptations of your mind. So when you protect yourself thus, you will be saved. You will be saved. Number two, when great masters go through these situations, most of the time when these great masters go through the situation, we call them as Leela, a game. We call them as Leela. We call it as Leela, a game. At any given point of time, Rama can never be tempted to stray away from the path of Dharma. That is the protection. Whatsoever trying circumstances, he will never move away from the path of Dharma. Are you able to follow? These people are so great because, carefully follow now. It's so contradictory what I'm going to say now. So conflicting and so contradictory. These people are so great because they never bothered using sense of proportion at all. Dharma means dharma. Under all circumstances, I will stick to it, full stop. That conviction protects them. How do you know that they are protected? They attained the Shreyas. Are you able to understand now? Because of them living such a life of conviction, they attained the highest Shreyas. They attained to the highest. Dharma protects you and takes you to the path, takes you to the ultimate Shreyas. That much you can understand. You follow what I'm saying? Opposite of that is thinking that, okay, I am doing good. Everybody in the world will be very friendly to me, very kind to me, will be very loving, will be very, all these are hopes and expectations, which the world is not bound to cater, because the world comes as a package. So what is the protection? The protection is they attain to the highest. After attaining to the highest Shreyas, if they are going through a pain or a sorrow or suffering, please understand they are not going through pain, sorrow, suffering. It is something, a lesson for us. That's all. They will not go through pain, sorrow, and suffering. Meaning, there will not be any mental agitation. There will not be any mental frustration. Krishna will never ever feel bad. Oh my God, how much I have done good to my people. Why are they doing this to me in return? He will never feel that. Rama will never feel that. Can anybody go through difficulty like Harishchandra went through? If you want to understand Dharma, you should study Harishchandra, isn't it? Has anybody gone through troubles like Harishchandra? You know the story of Harishchandra, no? Mala. Huh? What a difficulty that he went through, isn't it? Nothing else to... So the king was working. Even today that ghat is still there, no? In Varanasi, Harishchandra ghat is still there, no? Standing testimony to that great man, Harishchandra. He was taking care of burning the bodies, ghat. His son died, isn't it? His son died. The boss told the wife, cremate your son and come back to work, because sweeping and mopping halfway through it is left. The queen of the country is sweeping and mopping in somebody's house. The king is working in the guard. The son is dead. She brings the dead body. Harishchandra knows. Who's that? No, Harishchandra knows that. And the rule is there is a fee to burn the body. There is a fee to burn the body. And the wife is penniless. The queen is penniless, not having money to burn the body. And Harishchandra, the father, also is penniless. She says, do the funeral. I have to go back. He says, what did he say? Unless you give the money, I will not burn the body. That's the time the wife lost it. She said, you are an absolute. What did she say? He said, what kind of a man are you? From where have you come? So foolish. What is this dharma that you are talking about? You lost your kingdom. You lost your name. You lost the wife. You lost the son. You lost everything. And even now, I am the God fellow, and unless you give me money, I will not burn your own son's body. You are not willing to burn because you are not giving that 2 paisa, whatever be that amount. Harishchandra says, Dharma. Will you want to fall at Harishchandra's feet, or you will want to shoot him down? If you have a family member like that in your house, please understand that. If you have a family member like that in your house, and you are the queen side, and somebody is talking like that, what will be your reaction? What will be anybody's reaction? What will be anybody's reaction? At that time, Vishwamitra comes. The most tempting, emotional, tiring situation for that Harishchandra. At that time, the great saint comes and asks him, what? Just one violation of Dharma, Harishchandra, everything will come back to you. Just do one act of violating the Dharma now. In a split second, all that you have lost will come back to you. I'm not asking anybody what will you all do here, huh? Because I know what everybody will do. What we will do? 99.99 I have done. No. What is this one act going to? What is this one act going to do? Therefore, Harishchandra said, no. The gods from the heaven came and prostrated to Harishchandra, and everything got restored back. That's the story. Now, what is the pain of Dharma? The pain of Dharma doesn't come from the external world. The doubt about Dharma comes from your own temptations. From your own mind, the doubts on Dharma comes. Are you able to follow the difference now? The doubt for Dharma comes from where? From the external world or from your mind? The doubt for Dharma comes from your own mind, that's all. It comes from your own mind. You say no to your mind and stick to Dharma, that will protect you. Protection means what? It will take you to Shreyas. Kathopanishad was about temptations to Nachiketas, isn't it? What is Kathopanishad? What all Nachiketas was tempted by Yama? Dharma Sankata it is, isn't it? What a confusion of dharma that Harishchandra had. What a confusion of dharma that Rama, what everybody for the, anybody, for every human being will go through this. Not to yield to the temptations. And if you can stick to dharma, you will attain the shreyas. You fall for the temptation, you are finished. When I say you are finished means what? All the good work you have done gets undone. And you have to start all over again. That's all. Nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. It's like the snake and ladder game. You go up, 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 up. One snake brings you down to the starting point. Again, you have to climb. That's all. Nature, divine, with all its compassion, will give us enough opportunities to go up the ladder again and again and again. Not to fall is to hold on to dharma. You follow? Therefore, when we say dharmo rakshati rakshitaha, this is how you are protected. This is how you are protected. Is okay, Mala? சரியா? ஸ்ரேயஸ் கிடைக்கும். தர்மா ஃபாலோ பண்ணா ஸ்ரேயஸ் கிடைக்கும். அதர்மா ஃபாலோ பண்ணா பிரியம் கிடைக்கும், ஸ்ரேயஸ் போயிடும். Understand the difference. Kathopanishad. 2 paths. It's a fork, he says. Yama told Nachiketas, no, it's a fork. There are 2 roads that's going in these directions. The 2 roads that is taking you in those directions is what? One is Priyam, another is Shreyas. You stick to the path of Dharma, you will hit the Shreyas. You get to Adharma, Priyam will come. Priyam will come. But along with Priyam, what will come? Along with Priyam, what will come? Package of Priyam. Package of Priyam is Dukkham. Dosha. It comes with the Dukkham. Therefore, all violations of Dharma will give you some joy, and then along with that joy comes tremendous sorrow. All violations. Is it okay, Mala? Purjida? So, you stick to Dharma, Shreyas you will get. You become Adharmic, Priyam you will get. Priyam means all worldly things will come. Remember, sometime back I said, you can become extremely rich and be agitated with that richness. Except you, everybody will be able to enjoy that rich. You will not be able to enjoy the wealth. This is what Adharma does. You follow? You can become a very rich person, but you will not be able to enjoy that. Any other clarification? Yes. Ranjini. Yeah.
In the same context, I wanted to understand why is the word protection, Raksha, often associated with the removal of pain and unfavorable experiences, and not commonly viewed as safeguarding against temptation?
Because protection for us means dukkha nivritti. Human beings feel protected only when dukkha goes, dukkha nivritti. So our primary concern in life is what? Avoiding sorrow. When sorrow is avoided, I'll be happy is what people think. It's a misunderstanding in thinking. Sukham illana dukkam illana sukham dana irukum. You follow? So the misunderstanding is avoid when dukkha, when all sources of dukkha is eliminated, what will remain is sukham. That's what people think. For which Dharma comes and says, no, it's not like that. So protection always means protection from dangers. Dharma also says you are protected, you have to be protected from danger. But what is danger according to Dharma? Temptations are dangerous. And temptations come from where? If temptations can come from the world, you can run away. Isn't it? If temptations come from the world, you can run away. But where can you run away? Wherever you go, there is a world, no? Wherever you go, there is the world, isn't it? Remember that story Ramatirtha gives? The fellow has left everything and gone to the Himalayas. Another young sadhu came and sat under the tree. This fellow came out from the Ganges and told that fellow, what? This is my tree. Isn't it? Where? In the Himalayas, he's saying, this is my tree. Go and sit in the next tree. You cannot. So you need protection from dangers. According to Dharma, there is only one danger. What is the danger? According to Dharma, there is only one danger. What is the danger? Temptation. Temptations makes you to, it's only when you are tempted, you will be adharmic. Isn't it? Only temptations makes you adharmic. Greater the temptation, greater you become adharmic. Yeah. Temptations is adharmic. Ego makes you adharmic. Isn't it? Ego makes you adharmic. Protection from temptations, protection from ego. That's all. You follow? Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. It protects you from, Dharma protects you from temptations, Dharma protects you from ego. These two are taken care of. When these two are taken care of, you are all right. You follow?
Yes, yes.
Is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Venkatachalam. Solunga.
You almost touched on that point.
Yeah.
I want to ask the same question because we talked in Advaita,
Yes.
we transcended Dharma and because
Yes.
it almost negated
Yes.
ego or the
Yes.
individual self.
Yes.
Now we are again talking about Dharma.
Correct.
So when we talk about Dharma, I wanted to know, is Dharma a sadhana or a practice for negating the body-mind attachment? It's kind of a sadhana, a practice.
Yes.
Over a period of time, we get away from this attachment and so on.
Exactly.
It's a practice.
Yes. Advaita minus Dharma is useless. Dharma without Advaita is being a moralist.
Yes.
Again, I repeat. Advaita minus Dharma is useless. See, what is happening in the name of Vedanta today is Advaita is spoken about a lot. But Dvitiyayai Bhayam Bhavati, the formula of Advaita. Formula of Advaita is Dvitiyayai Bhayam Bhavati. Wherever there is two, there will be fear. Dvitiyayai Bhayam Bhavati is a formula. Now, how much ever I hear this, the duality is still there. How much ever I understand the non-dual, I am not transcending duality as yet. Therefore, Advaita without Dharma is a mere intellectual entertainment. Only Dharma without Advaita, you will become a moralist. That's all. No. Dharma is the pole that takes you to the heights of Advaita. Dharma is the pole. That is why Dharma will prostrate to Advaita. In the first introductory session, I said, Dharma will prostrate to Advaita and Advaita will ridicule Dharma. If you remember in the first session, in the very first thing, I spoke about this distinction. Dharma will prostrate to Advaita. Advaita will ridicule Dharma. Now, because Advaita is ridiculing Dharma, all those who are listening to Advaita discourses cannot ridicule Dharma. Now, what had happened today? All those who are listening to Advaita discourses started ridiculing Dharma. Actually, Venkatachalam, my problem is not with the listeners and not. My real problem is with the speakers of Advaita only. I have a real problem. the speakers of Advaita themselves started to believe that they have hit that level. Because of what? Because because it ridicules. You follow? Vedavada Rataha. Krishna ridicules the Vedas. Dharmas, he ridicules Veda Purva. Veda Anta always ridicules Veda Purva. And Veda Purva always prostrates to Veda Anta. Technically speaking. Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, we say on a technical plane, we talk about it as Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. On a layperson's, if you are, sorry, not layperson, slightly intellectual, we'll say Veda Purva and Veda Anta. In the common person's terminology, Advaita and Dharma. So in layperson's terminology, Advaita and Dharma. Dharma prostrates to Advaita. Advaita will ridicule Dharma. Not only Advaita ridicules Dharma, Advaita ridicules all sadhanas. Advaita ridicules any type of sadhana, Advaita ridicules. Upanishad ridicules all kinds of sadhanas, and then it will give one whole list of sadhanas. Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra ridicules all kinds of sadhanas. And then he is going to give, and then he will give one entire list of dharmas to follow. It means what? Why are they so contradictory? No, they are not contradictory. The pole vault example, you remember. Dharma is the pole that can lift you up. Advaita as a Siddhanta will not lift you up. Remember this. Advaita Siddhanta will not lift you up. It is Dharma, the pole that lifts you up. Advaita Siddhanta by itself is very entertaining. It's so logical, it is so entertaining, it is so good to hear, but transcendence will not happen. You follow Venkatachalam, the difference. Therefore, Shaunaka, the Mahashala, goes and asks the Guru Angirasa in Mundakopanishad, isn't it? Shaunakoha vai Mahashalaha Angirasam Vidivadu Pasanna Papracha. Look at that Mahashala. The Mahashala means who has lived a very high dharmic life. Mahashalaha. He has performed great sacrifices, performed great actions, meaning such a dharmic person goes to Angirasa and asks. And the answer that he gives is what? Rigvedo, Chedurvedaha, Samavedo, Apadarvavedaha, Siksha, Kalpa, Vyakarna, Nirikto, Chando, Jyotishamisi. All this is apara, he says. This is all aparam. Aparam means lower. Lower doesn't mean it can be avoided. Lower in the sense of is Dharma going to give you moksha? No. Dharma is jnana yogyata. A dharmic life will prepare you to qualify to receive knowledge. Now, we are receiving knowledge without the yogyata. That's where I am doing this dharma. So, dharma is not going to give you moksha. Dharma is jnana yogyata. It is like all of us sitting in medical colleges, not having studied biology. Yeah, Biology purila, cell ennan therilla, chemistry therilla, isn't it? Chemistry is not known, biology is not known, but I'm sitting in a medical college classroom. How I will come out? How I will come out? A pseudo doctor, a quack, no? Isn't it? I'll come out as a quack. You follow? Therefore, dharma is for jnana yogyata. I'm talking a lot on this subject is because so much of jnanam is talking about the yogyata is being completely sidelined. As though you just keep hearing, studying, you'll transcend. No, it doesn't happen like that. Following Dachanan. That's why. So, Dharma, Veda Purva, which is entirely a Dharma Shastra, Veda Purva will prostrate to Veda Anta. Dharma will prostrate to Moksha. No, absolutely no doubt about it. At any given point of time, Dharma can never supersede Moksha. But without Dharma, you can never get to Moksha. Because Dharma is about doing, Moksha is about understanding. Now I'm explaining technically. Dharma is about doing, Moksha is about understanding. Now, the word understanding has created so much of problems in human beings now. I have understood, no, sir. In all these classes, I have understood. In all these discourses, I have understood. So, according to Advaita, according to Jnanam, you should have transcended by now. No. That understanding is not an understanding that can bring about transformation. You follow? That's why we talk about Dharma a lot. Even though Veda Purva, Dharma is ridiculed by Veda Anta. Do we prostrate to that? Yes, we will prostrate to that. We should prostrate to Moksha only. It is Veda Anta that is supreme. Supreme most it is. How can anybody not prostrate to that? You follow? Venkatachala. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anshu, what is your problem?
Sir, can I ask, sir?
Mala. Yes, Mala. Yes.
Okay. In the previous question about Dharma Rakshiti Rakshitaka, you said the world behaves rightly because it's always a mixture of good and bad.
Yes.
And I mean, that point I understood, but
Yeah.
my question is, why do we say the world behaves rightly? I mean, I understand that it's a question of, it's a combination of pleasant and unpleasant, but in Kali Yuga, we also say that, I think I asked this question long time ago, but I'm not clear on this. In the Kali Yuga, we say, there's more of unpleasant things than of the pleasant things,
Yes,
compared to the other yugas.
Yes.
So then, I mean, then is it, then how do we say that the world is a correct mixture of pleasant and unpleasant in this Kali Yuga?
Now, Mala, in relation to the concept of Kali Yuga, what it means is just as we all become old in one body, one kalpa becomes old. That is the Kali Yuga. We are born in old age. In Satya Yuga, if we are born, it is different. We are born in Kali Yuga, which is the old age of this Kalpa. Now, everything will look very different at that age. That's all. There's nothing, it doesn't change anything. One. Second, because it is Kali Yuga, it doesn't mean we don't have, because it is Kali Yuga, doesn't mean we don't have scope for Dharma and Moksha. In Yuga, the proportion differs, we say that's all. Still, the individual can still grow. The individual can still grow. The individual can still attain to the highest. We are not saying world behaves rightly. We are saying this is how world is.
Oh, okay.
There is no right and wrong here. This is how world is. This is how the world is, doesn't make it right or wrong. This is how a snake, this is how a cobra will be. This is how a lion will be. This is how a Kamadhenu will be. Whenever we say this is how it will be, we are just making a statement of fact. In a statement of fact, there is no right and wrong here. You follow?
I mean,
it's a statement of fact. That's all.
I mean, did you? I mean, I think you said, okay, maybe I'm wrong in using the word rightly, but then how do we say that the world is always harmonious with such a mixture of good and bad?
Harmony,
whether the proportion is tilted this way or that way.
Yeah, correct.
Say then
Mala, very good. Only in mixture, harmony is maintained. If it is one-sided, it will collapse. Harmony means coexistence of mixture.
Regardless of the proportion?
Yes, that is harmony. One. Yesterday, if you remember the discussion of yesterday, remove the human being from creation, will you say it is harmony or disharmony? Remember yesterday's discussion? Remove human beings from creation. Will you say it is chaotic or harmonious? It is harmonious only. Remove the human beings from creation. Because harmony means interdependency is maintained. Harmony means interdependency is maintained. Human beings are destroying harmony because human beings have started to believe that we are not interdependent, I am independent. Again, harmony means interdependency is maintained. Disturbance of harmony means what? Human being starts believing that we are independent. Dharma comes and teaches you, Mala, life is interdependent. As long as their interdependency is maintained, harmony is maintained. You follow? What does interdependency means? The carnivores needs the herbivores needs the carnivores. Only herbivores and no carnivores. What happens? All herbivores will become obese if there is no carnivores. Only carnivores, no herbivores at all. Very soon, the entire carnivores will die of starvation. Now, what is harmony here? the balance is maintained. So harmony in creation is recognizing the interdependency. Does human being believe we are interdependent or we think we are independent? Do we understand we are interdependent or do we think we are independent? The ego of the human being wants the human being to believe that I want to be independent, sir. I want to be independent. I want to be independent. In my head, I always think, whatever your definition of independency, may you get it. What else to do? Because there is no such thing called independent. There is no such thing called dependent. There is no such thing called independent. Dharma is interdependence. Are you able to follow? Dependency is of the mind, imagination. Independency also other extreme. If dependency is one extreme, independence another extreme. What is the combination? What is the right combination? What is the right combination? Dependent or independent? Interdependent. Creation maintains the harmony by making sure that interdependency is kept alive, maintained. That's how harmony is kept. So we should understand what is harmony means. Harmony means, write it like that. Harmony equals interdependent. Harmonious family means what? Everybody in the family says, I'm independent, I'm independent, I'm independent. Will there be harmony in that family? They will take gun and shoot everybody else down. Supposing the same family says, all of us are dependent on each other by having our respective duties. All of us are dependent on each other and we all do our respective duties. What will happen? What will be the quality of that family? What will be the quality of life in that family? Mala.
Very well.
Harmony. The harmony. Are you able to follow now? That is what harmony is.
So when the proportion is tilted with more of bad and less of good, how can the harmony be still maintained, sir?
One dharmic person is enough. Power of that is the power of dharma. One dharmic person is enough. Few dharmic people is enough. Vivekananda said, I don't need hundreds and thousands. I need 3-4 people with backbone, he said. And you know, very difficult is to find a single person with backbone. Mala. எல்லாருக்கும் spine இருக்கு, backbone இல்ல. Spine தான் இருக்கு. Nobody has backbone. Backbone means what? The conviction to state, the courage and conviction to stay with the dharma. You follow?
Super. Super.
That's how it works. That's how it works. One good person in the family will be able to pull the family along, no? One sacrificial person in the family is enough to keep the family going on, isn't it? Relatively speaking, harmony is maintained. It's very clear. Anshu.
So we talk about the masters who never use the sense of proportion at all. And
in the sadhana, they never use the sense of proportion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And they follow dharma at all costs.
Yes.
But we also say that we follow the middle path. So
yes.
How do we reconcile?
Yeah. How do we reconcile? Anshu is saying, what is Anshu saying? You also say, follow the middle path, follow all this. Great masters never used a sense of proportion. Correct. We all used the sense of, we are all using sense of proportion, and we are where we are. They never used their sense of proportion. They got to where they went. One, second, Anshu. Even yesterday I said it. It is dangerous to get into the boat. Sorry. It is dangerous to swim. It is dangerous to jump into the river. As long as you are standing on the banks of the river and looking at people swimming, it is nice. You jump into the water. Huh? Imagine, yeah, you jump into the water, you are swimming, and you come out of water, you are bone dry. Not even a drop of water is on you. You are in the water, and yet water doesn't touch you. Now, we want to get to that level of life. If you want to get to that level of life, there is a price to be paid. What is the price to be paid? What is the price? This is the price. Now, individually, you can choose to take a risk and live this life. It cannot be given as an advice to somebody else. I will follow Anshu the difference. You can take individually, I can take the risk and live that kind of a life. I can experiment, but this experiment can never be taught as an, can never be given as an advice. Why? To understand, okay, some more experiences, some more time, the person will outgrow. These great men didn't want to do that. These great men didn't want to do that. Almost like madness it is. Almost like insanity it is. Almost bordering. You will never know how to distinguish between the two. But sticking to Dharma is a very dangerous game. That's why I said to, answering Venkatachalam also, I said, as long as I'm talking about Advaita, it's not dangerous. As long as I'm only talking and listening, it's not dangerous at all. If I want to get into that, it's a very dangerous thing. When I say danger means, what is a danger? One janma you are risking. Some people have the courage to risk their janma. One lifetime, let me see what happens. Anyway, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, again birth, again death. So many times it has happened. What has gone? Nothing has gone also. Let me boldly try it out in one janma. Boldness. You follow? Anshu. So, it will never be given as an advice for people to follow. But for spiritual sadhak, did Nachiketas use his sense of proportion? That's all it is. Did Nachiketas use the sense of proportion? If Nachiketas were to have used the sense of proportion, poor Nachiketas. Even today, you have to sit and listen to Arvindan's class. Poor fellow. Isn't it? What a tragedy it would have been for Nachiketas to do that. Huh? He said, no. Tavaiva vahas tavantatya gite. Keep your horses and you keep your horses, you keep your damsels. You follow? Anshu. So, follow middle path. Follow middle path. Yes. Ranjini.
I have two questions.
Yes.
The first question is, so does balancing mean having through 3 or 4 dharmic individuals while the rest of the society is either adharmic or on the path to dharma? That's my first question.
Yes. A few dharmic individuals is enough.
That is called balancing.
That is called balance. That is called balance. That's why The stories talk about it like that. No. Tulabhara for Krishna they were doing, isn't it? Tulabhara for Krishna they were doing. Deepika, you know what is Tulabhara means? According to the weight of the Lord, you have to offer gold. Okay. Venkatachalam. According to the weight of the Guru, you have to offer gold. And I am 64 kilos. Yeah, that is called Tulabharam. Now, Krishna was sitting in that Tulabharam. And they were offering and offering and offering. It's not balancing at all. Finally, Rukmini came. They said, take away all these things. She kept one tulsi leaf. The whole balance tilted. Isn't it? One tulsi leaf can tilt the entire balance. Are you able to follow? It means what? One or two dharmic is enough. You don't need hundreds and thousands of dharmic people and all is not needed. Just 1, 2 is enough. You follow? Just 1, 2 is enough. You'll attain to the highest.
Yeah,
Next
because
question.
that is the follow-up question of the first one, because my question was, so wouldn't it be good if almost all are dharmic, like at least 75%?
Wouldn't be good if almost everybody is dharmic? Yes, Satya Yuga it will be. Satya Yuga it will be, and Satya Yuga is an utopia.
Oh, 75% is also utopia?
Utopia. 49, 51, அதன் percentage. 49, 51, 51, 49, அவ்வளவுதான். பரித்ராணாய சாதூனாம் விநாசாய ச துஷ்கிருதாம் தர்ம சம்ஸ்தாபனார்த்தாய சம்பவாமி யுகே யுகே. I come here to restore the balance. And what is the balance? 80-20 is not balance. It's two this thing. It's two extremes it is. 99-1 and all is not proportion. Yeah. Proportion balance nale 49-51. You follow?
Okay.
49-51 is the balance. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Kolathur. Yes. சொல்லுங்க. Yes.
Sir, sometime back,
Yes.
you said that the great men, when you are talking about like Krishna or up to the last Mahatma Gandhi, you said Mahatma Gandhi's son need not be Mahatma Gandhi and Krishna's son need not be Krishna.
Correct.
In different contexts.
Yes.
In reference to that Dharma, it is
Yes.
the family member to get inspired and follow that head of the family or head of the country need not do, he can only do his part. That's what you said that time. Like
Yes.
Mahatmas will do their part. It is for us to get inspired and follow. Is it the rule applies to the country as well as the family, correct?
Yes.
Is it my understanding right?
Correct.
So they have got nothing to influence the other person. That is the Mahatmas who can influence, as you said, the Mahat. Like their presence will inspire. We get inspired, they don't, influence others.
Correct.
Is it the right understanding? I wanted to ask that.
Yes. A dharmic person will be able to influence. That is the power of Dharma. Rama is able to influence us even today. No. Krishna is able to influence us even today. Jesus Christ is able to influence us even today. Muhammad is able to influence us even today, though they all lived thousands and thousands of years back. The rishis. It means what? If influencing needs to be done, if you want to influence, you have to be very dharmic.
Okay.
That person will be able to influence.
That is, it is
not necessary. Yes. You may not be able to, they will not choose whom to influence. They will not pick and choose. Now we are picking and choosing whom I want to influence. Vignesh irkana poitana?
Yes.
Vignesh irkara? Avaru utrungo. Yeah. His son. Yeah, Vignesh is his son. So I'm saying leave that fellow, poor fellow. So you don't choose to, you don't pick and choose whom you want to influence. That is your attachment. You don't do that. You live a dharmic life, influence happens. Somebody in your house may not get influenced, but somebody on the street may get influenced. You don't know. But always our problem is what? We have a handful of people whom we want to influence. We have a handful of people whom we want to correct. We always have a handful of people whom we want to eliminate also. We work around this handful of people only. Attachment it is. Follow? Dharma is very different. It's correct. You live that life, you will be able to influence across generations. That's the power of Dharma. It's the power of Dharma stems from that. A wealthy person can influence to a level. A politician can influence. Counselor can influence only in his council, isn't it? MLA can influence only in his constituency. Chief Minister can influence only in that state. Prime Minister can influence only that country. Dharma can influence across generations. Across generations, past, present, and future. You follow? That's why we always have a lot of regard and respect for Dharma, because it is through Dharma you can help. You follow the difference? Is it okay? முடிஞ்சுதா? கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சது. இல்லையா? தர்மாவே இல்லை இன்னைக்கு. அதர்மம் ஆயிடுது, isn't it? Adharma today. No dharma happened today. Dharma is a commitment. Dharma is a commitment. Commitment to what? Commitment to a particular lifestyle. Commitment to live a specific lifestyle is Dharma. 2. Commitment comes where there is love. Where there is love, commitment automatically follows. Correct? So, in these classrooms, we are trying to develop this love towards Dharma so that there will be commitment to Dharma. What we are trying in these classrooms? We are trying to develop a love towards Dharma so that there will be a commitment to Dharma. Wonderful is this love that brings commitment. Wonderful is this love that brings a commitment. What are the lessons we learned from Dharma? What is dharmic life? Continuing from yesterday. What is a dharmic life? The first lesson. 85% of the Vedas are talking about praising sun, moon, stars, trees. People don't understand why are they praising the sun and moon so much. Veda Anta, the Upanishad is only 2% of the Vedas. 85% of the Vedas is about, 85% of the Vedic mantras is about praising the Devatas. Why? The starting point of Dharma is a appreciation and acknowledging the creation. That's why 85% of the Vedic mantras is that. Those who read the Vedic mantras today, they say, oh, that Samhita portion of the Vedas and all need not be studied at all, sir. Why? Because they simply say, Agni is great, Vayu is great, Sun is great, Moon is great. What is Vayu, Sun, Moon, Agni greatness? The greatness of them is this. First lesson, first dharmic life is what? Hey, yesterday we said step by step we went. Remember, I'm just summarizing it and we'll continue tomorrow. Sai. Since I came late 5 minutes, punishment for you all, extra 5 minutes. Isn't it? First lesson of Dharma is what? An appreciation about the creation. How everything is provided. How everything is harmoniously set in motion. So first thing of Dharma is to appreciate the creation. If you are not appreciating what you have, you can never ever become dharmic. If I am tremendously dissatisfied with what I am having, how can I be dharmic in life? It's impossible to become dharmic. You follow? Therefore, the first thing about Dharma is what? Appreciating the creation. First lesson of Dharma. Second lesson of what? What is the second lesson? Automatically, what follows next? You become responsible. You'll become responsible. You'll become responsible towards everything, isn't it? When you walk on when you stamp on the earth, you will be responsible. Yeah. That's why my grandmother will say, Tada muda nadakudadu. Bhuma Devi ki tala valikum, she will say. Bhuma Devi will get a headache, she will say. Yeah, don't walk, walk softly on the earth. Don't give headache to, where is Bhuma Devi to get a headache? Yeah. No, it is becoming responsible. Are you able to follow how beautiful Dharma is how beautifully it was ingrained? It was so beautifully ingrained. So walk softly. Yeah. Damn, don't do. No, do it gracefully. No, responsibilities. When you are doing it gracefully, doing it gracefully is your second lesson. So the second lesson of Dharma is what? Appreciation is lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is responsible. Lesson number 3, give back. It's all there. You are responsible. Now, third lesson, give back. Be an appreciator. Be responsible. Be a contributor. Third. Then, not only you should do all these things, you should also make an effort to preserve this knowledge for the next generation. That is also another Dharma. That's also another, because this appreciate, be responsible, be a contributor. Not only you need to know it, you need to pass it on also. So another responsibility becomes not only it will help you now, the benefit we saw. What is the benefit of this dharmic life? The benefit of this dharmic life is a very good mental health. And this mental health will continue in the later janmas also. What an assurance it is, isn't it? This mental health will continue into your later janmas also. So in some janma, jnana yogyata will come. In some janma, Jnana Yogyata will come and I will become one Nachiketas. Or I will become one Janaka. Or I will become one, I don't know, whoever it is, isn't it? One Shvetaketu, one Satyakama, one Maitreyi, one Shaunaka, one Vivekananda, one Ram, somebody. How did they get to that point? We only see that point, but we didn't see the background preparation they have done. What is the background preparation that made them to come to that point? Dharmic life. Therefore, the benefit of this dharmic life is what? Not only you will have a very good mental health now, this mental health will continue into the next Janmas too. Up to this, we have studied. How to actually go about and do it and all, we are going to study tomorrow. And then we'll continue into the later sessions also. You follow? Yeah, right. You follow? We'll continue. We'll continue tomorrow. At tomorrow, we are